shoes, gold crest on a navy school blazer, holding up a silver rule. Every dragon marked as a traitor, signed her name on every stone. Watched the towers grow up higher, thought the world was safe and clean while they fed the holy fire. I was the crown that cut you down. I was so proud while you burned on the ground. Sang their anthem, held that line. Now I'm the ghost of Princess Ruby this time. Ooh, I believed their lies. Now I'm coming back to open my eyes. I'll haunt these halls till the truth breathes free. The ghost of who I used to be. Oh, yeah. Oh. Woke up, see-through in the dark, marble floors and shattered stained stories. Dragon bones beneath the art, every brick built out of old glories. Classroom walls like teeth in jaws, every lesson carved in cold granite. All the kids recite the creed. I can't breathe, I can't stand it. I was the crown that cut you down. I was so proud while you burned on the ground. Sang their anthem, held that line. Now I'm the ghost of Princess Ruby this time. Ooh, I believed their lies. Now I'm coming back to open my eyes. I'll haunt these halls till the truth breathes free. The ghost of who I used to be. Found a dragon in detention, tiny ember in his hand. Said you were the last survivor. You remember who I am. He said you led the final march, but you look different in this light. If you help me burn this kingdom's heart, we can make it come out right. I was the crown that cut you down. I was so proud while you burned on the ground. Now we're storming every class. Let the old codes crumble like glass. Ooh, I believed their lies. Now I'm turning them to fire, my eyes. We'll tear this school from its throne with me. The ghost of who I used to be. Yeah, Ruby. The ghost of who I used to be.
Blood carries the weight of empires. A child who has been born into a cage. He has ambitions to weaponize the blood. The king's reach is exceptionally long. Zion is on a quest to find his inheritance. To him, family serves as crucial leverage. She quickly fled into the raging storm. There is absolutely no turning back now. A silent protector waits patiently. Two lives intertwined, bound by blood. Magic is a strong, protective shield. The outside world is currently hunting. Her strength is dwindling, fading away now. She has deep, hidden secrets in her soul. King's son finally arrives at court. He will take what rightfully belongs to him. Protection always comes at a certain cost. Legacy can often reflect harsh truths. A fierce clash of ancient and mighty powers. The hidden truth is found within glass. Sisters lost to the crown's ambition. Blood has the ability to recognize its own kind. A greater shadow rises on the horizon. Something ancient has been unleashed. The mother has come back to us now. She is in search of her stolen line now. Life's cycle demands personal sacrifice. Power, in its essence, lacks any human face. Break lineage for her better future. Save the future for coming generations. She must kill the past to move forward. A mother's reign has finally come to an end. True freedom often comes at a heavy cost. Family is love beyond blood relation. They are choosing to walk a new path now. The cycle comes to a conclusion with him.
In a town of quiet whispers, secrets linger. Shadow lived in a different world. He truly believed that he was a hero. The world only witnessed pure madness. Mockery and ridicule became his daily bread. Even those who should guide others can fail. Delusional boy, trapped in fantasies, he showed his emotions openly to all. Even the law managed to find some humor, until the laughter faded away into silence. He ultimately decided to leave them behind, to discover the place he truly belonged. A place honoring a hero's greatness. He practiced revealing his hidden truth, becoming truly who he is meant to be. What started as amusement soon became a chill. The silence was deafening around me. Miller felt the heavy impact first. Then he mysteriously appeared once again, at the edge of everything that exists. The town held its breath in anticipation. One man was running swiftly toward him, not to mock others, but rather to save. Shadow had overcome his fears at last. Miller saw his reflection in the boy. Two outcasts finding solace in the rain. Then, the entire world suddenly shifted. Belief eventually transformed into solid truth. He finally found his long-lost guardian. And then, just like that, they were gone. Laughter that filled the air never returned. Only a fading memory remained in my mind. Madness exists on a very thin line indeed, between those who are broken and those great. Shadow finally discovered the bright light, and the world was changed in profound ways. I finally returned home after a long time, but it was no longer a safe sanctuary. Silence here felt like cold steel. A clear sign of fallen grace can be seen. Then I heard her footsteps approach. My sister was standing alone in the dark. Her eyes held deep years of unspoken hate. Silver, what exactly have you done now? A long due debt weighed heavily on her. Betrayal was her only language now. She had conspired with our enemies to destroy our cherished legacy forever. Violence was unjustly forced upon my life. She fought fiercely, with desperate fury. Blows fell upon us, heavy like sins. I completely lost him amidst the chaos. Resentment had completely blinded her soul. Everything we knew was falling apart. Survivors fiercely demanded her life. End this endless cycle, Shadow. Do it now. I absolutely refused to be their executioner. She thought she would see just the blade. Justice cannot be achieved through acts of revenge. They turned away in shame and regret. I chose to show mercy instead of using violence, to break the chain of blood ties forever. The last remaining survivors stood strong, but the echoes of the past still whispered. The air grew cold and brisk once more again. A darker, unsettling truth emerged. The one who initiated and began everything. Our mother. She truly lived her life. The true architect responsible for our ruin. Every single betrayal was her own design. The true struggle for victory has now begun. Shadow must seek the truth on a quest. Calm exists just before the storm. Wolf sensed the shift coming soon. Faith and reality were about to collide. Then, a mysterious stranger appeared. Shadow declared a day of judgment. The world began to fracture and split apart. Aliens and monsters descended upon them. Biblical prophecy became a living nightmare. The struggle for survival had begun. Behemoth rose powerfully from the earth, while Leviathan claimed the dark seas. Wolf discovered great strength in his faith. The students sought divine protection. The robotic threat, Wormwood, arrived. A high-stakes battle for the soul. Shadow played his psychological games. He would not allow them to fall down. Superpowers faced ancient supernatural foes. Kidnappings and tension filled the air. A brotherly rivalry, long and bitter. Shadow's heart was a deep and dark void, building toward a grand final confrontation. The final battle of good and evil. The tension between faith and reality. A crucial moment for Shadow arrives. Divine powers surged through the world. The students witnessed the miracle unfold. The darkness was finally being consumed. Wolf's burden was finally lifted away. School beautifully restored by faith. A brotherhood reborn from the ashes. The students were changed forever now. Life began to bloom and flourish once more. The battle was won by many warriors. Faith had triumphed over the darkness. The final and ultimate victory of the light. The world crashed down in a heartbeat. They know me only by the name Peregrine. My true name, which I go by, is Rumor. This book holds the ultimate final truths. Hawk has a strong desire to burn the word. Wolf watches from the darkest shadows. He was once the most loyal follower of Hawk. Now, he wields a powerful and hidden fire. He is always my shield and my shadow. The world is gradually and slowly tilting. Matthew 24, has finally arrived. He truly believes that he is the master. Then came the Pum, the protectors. Their weapons are forged from faith. The war is now out in the open, visible. Everything ends up in the junkyard. Wolf truly reveals his genuine heart here. Hawk's reach extends into the cold. The book is gradually waking up right now. Light clashing against the dark metal. The foundations of Earth are shaking. He believes this situation is just a game. Orchestrated chaos. Predicted outcomes. Strive to reach the hidden path ahead. The exit was conveniently located here. Safe and secure from the storm above us. Wolf has successfully kept his silent promise. The author holds the true secret within. He writes the endings of various things. Protect the one who understands everything. Time means nothing down here at all. A family that was born from the fire. The prophecy is now fulfilled at home. The world outside my window is just noise. We wait for the new dawn to arrive. The game marked the beginning of the journey. The world turned a dull, lifeless gray. Purigan felt the ghosts returning home. The forest held its collective breath. The mark of the hawks continued to remain. Steps echoed with past sins and regrets. Then, the very earth beneath us gave way. Death arrived in a thunderous crack. A rival shadow intervened that day. Strength discovered her within the dark. Wolf, a man born from rival bloodlines. Warmth was a rare, fleeting mercy. She woke up to an uneasy sense of peace. You're far from your relatives now. Survival required more than just air. The gifted ones arrived in silence. Old loyalties clashed with new truths. The legend of rumor, indeed, was real. Her long-held secret was written in ink. The writer has now joined the fight effort. Past shadows relentlessly pursued my blood. The master of the Hawks has finally arrived. Protecting the word meant everything. They forged their resolve in prayer. Faith became a strong, tangible shield. The end of everything began in fire. Steel met steel in the dark of night. Rumor spoke through divine power. Darkness could not pierce the light. Sacrifice was the only choice available. The villain claimed his toll ominously. The room's light flickered sporadically. Justice often demanded a heavy, heavy price. The tale concluded tragically in the mud. Silence serves as the final witness. Only one person was left to tell the tale. And so, the rumor continues to live on. Loneliness feels like a heavy burden. Darius lived in a quiet, peaceful world. Missing a brother he couldn't see. A strange friend unexpectedly appeared. A companion born from his imagination. Warmth filled the whole room slowly. And then came Ruby, the ghostly figure. A girl who understood his silence. He shared his world and life generously. 3 souls bound by quiet belief. The painful memory of what was once lost. His parents watched from the shadows, fearful for their son's mental well-being. But Darius's unwavering faith was a bridge. His strong belief made them feel real. Shared vision brings true healing. A wonderful journey of the heart began to a magical and enchanting place of wonder. Learning to play the game once more now. Joy is found in enduring friendships. Care cycles and respect are essential. The castle of courage loomed ahead. A test of their determination and resolve. Respect is earned through honesty and truth. Ruby showed honor and remarkable grace. Darius discovered his deep inner strength. Fear began to slowly melt away completely. Courage unlocks every closed door. Into the enchanting heart of pure magic. His heart finally felt so light and free. A family joyfully reunited in shared belief. Connection bridges the deepest gaps. Imagination is a shared world among us. Loneliness has vanished and is gone forever. Darius is celebrating his 8th birthday. No one came to celebrate the occasion. Loneliness felt heavy like the shadows. The warm air began to shimmer mysteriously. A gateway opened to somewhere else. He stepped quietly into a silent wonderland. Banana Nana was his unwavering, steady guide. She knew the way through the alphabet. First, they found the somber apples. Apple offered a comfortable place to rest. Darius felt less alone and isolated. The world was built of imagination. They danced a heartfelt song of belonging. A special celebration just for him. Magic lived in the smallest touch. Spicy jalapeno pepper arrived. Exciting. He taught Darius a fascinating new rhythm. A vibrant community found in the strange. But even here, shadows lingered quietly. Factions stood divided, isolated, and cold. Darius expertly showed them the correct path. He finally discovered the place he belonged. The realm shimmered with new hope. The moment had arrived to head back home. The magic followed him all the way back. A special and meaningful gift for his world. Darius was never truly alone in his life. Hope is our closest, faithful friend. Ruby's transformation was nearly complete. She was becoming something entirely new. Darius remained her constant anchor. Together, they faced the unknown path. They entered the spectral world, Sunscare, a realm where life and death blurred. Her supernatural power was fading fast. Conflict rose between the two realms. A wise mentor appeared from the mist. He spoke of compassion and change. Friendship truly knows no borders or limits. Simple acts of kindness became vital. Her magic was almost entirely gone. A loving family offered a new home. Support was their greatest strength. One life ends for another to begin. Fair treatment of all souls mattered. They returned to the living world. Ruby was finally completely human. A reminder of where she originated. She discovered a family she chose herself. Growth requires leaving the past behind. Personal growth is a quiet victory. Her senses became her new reality. Friendship lasts through all life realms. She embraced her new mortal identity. Her journey had finally reached home. The ghost was now revealed as a woman. Every house has a secret language. A begins with the Adwolf's shadow. B shows the bear's incredible strength. C is the cougar standing out in the crowd. D is for the dragonfly's important shift. E stands for the elephant's heavy memory. F represents the deep grief of the fox. G is for giraffe's long reach and grace. H stands for the distinctive hyena's laugh. I am the embodiment of the iguana's dream. J stands for the jackal's spiteful nature. K is the koala's calm and quiet cling. L is the lynx's sharp and watchful eye. M is the mockingbird's stolen song. N represents the hidden nap of the nightjar. O is for the otter's joyful playtime. P shows the panther's quick strike. Q is for the quail's fragile truth. R represents the rabbit's primary root. S is the salamander's ancient heat. T is for the tiger's proud tradition. U shows urchin's sharp defense mechanism. V is for the deadly poison of a viper. W marks the wolf's triumphant return. X stands for the beautiful Zenop's song. Y is the yak's steady and true heart. Z is for the Zapata wren, a unique bird. Identity is the house we build over time. The world began to burn brightly tonight. Ruby knew we had to leave soon, very soon. Lily was our cherished heart and protector. Darius watched the shadows for Bramos. An old ghost named Upfront waited. The very first step was indeed the hardest. Her history was written in green ink. A laboratory for stolen childhoods. Lily felt the deep echoes of her pain. We promised her a warm and safe home. Darius felt the storm approaching. Strength was the only currency they valued. Chapter 1, the first movement, begins. Bramos was closer than they knew. Preparation was truly the only hope we had. Ruby's blood was awakening with new energy. The genetic ghost finally chose to speak, determined to reclaim his property. Fear lingered like a cold companion. The legacy finally revealed its true form. The final chapter of the story began now. She successfully overcame her victim status. Darius fought for their shared future. The beast clearly recognized its own kin. Ruby boldly reclaimed her stolen power back. The hunter has now become the prey itself. Heartchild family is now safe and sound. They were finally on their way back home. She was gone for an incredibly long time. Presumed dead, but Ruby returned home. A ghost returning to familiar shadows. Old friends waited in the silence. They knew her secret tradition well. Surplus food became a community's hope. Baskets represented treasured, silent gifts. Anonymous giving revived a dying town. But not everyone welcomed her return. Rumors spread like wildfire, uncontrollably. Some said she wasn't entirely human, a ghost embodying the earth's blood. Generosity thrived and flourished. Hope was delivered in wicker baskets. The past began to catch up over time. A conflict that is concealed in the smoke. Jasmine brought memories of another life. Super soldiers born from ancient myths. Dragons once flew in their dreams. The war was never truly over, lingering on. The elusive truth rested between two worlds. A spark of magic appeared unexpectedly. Yang brought light to the darkness. Redemption found in common ground. Even the hardest hearts can change. A tradition of giving became legacy. Ruby was finally, truly feeling at home. Generosity is the strongest magic of all. A quiet home hid a chilling, dark secret. Chores were the only life they knew, until curiosity led them to the flames. Deep inside, something ancient waited. A powerful, hidden ancient magic spell. The words promised a grand transformation. They made the choice to test the power. A cake mixed with supernatural intent. The oven breathed life into stone. A small bite could change everything. Magic always carries a heavy price. Even the innocent were not spared. The transformation could not be undone. Secrets must stay beneath the surface. The town prepared for the contest. Neighbors whispered of strange new powers. An opportunity for glory and truth. The injury was quite challenging to hide. They went to see a man named Fighter. He was a mysterious man of shadows. He offered a wonderful gift of friendship. However, every gift tends to have a motive. Ruby couldn't refuse without cause. The cookies were laced with sleep. A hidden betrayal in the dark heart. The kidnapping was only the beginning. The entire town was aware of her identity. Her true identity is finally revealed. A secret pulse beats within these walls. Ruby arrived to end the nightmare. Her DNA carried a different destiny. The air had a distinct taste of cold iron. Fighters stood between them and freedom. A man created solely for the purpose of war. Silence is the loudest warning here. Her recessive genes sparked into life. Small lives trapped and held in the dark. Just one strong motion to break the chains. She guided them onward toward a new light. The path forward was hidden in mist. From the furnace to the cold glass, Jasmine waited with her hollow dreams. She only saw codes on screens, not souls. The essence of life distilled and cold. Two forces bound by the same blood. Her failures were reaching for the light. Something ancient was stirring inside. The dragon emerged from the wreckage. She had built her own destruction. Nature reclaiming what was stolen. The power dynamic shifted in seconds. A new king arises in a broken world. The fire completely cleared the old ways. Ruby stood strong as their new shield. A promise of a different, better life ahead. Together, they walked into the dawn. The morning air holds a heavy silence. Before the magic happens, there is flower. Every knead of the dough is a quiet prayer. Some scars remain visible forever. Fire left more than just ash behind. I have given my essence to these walls. You are safe within this warm hearth. A small hand holds and cradles a world. Rivalry is a sharp, piercing blade. She seeks perfection. I seek peace. Allies arrive in the softest light. They see the soul beneath the skin. A shared look says everything needed. Magic hides within the mundane fruit. The town holds its collective breath. The fire transforms the simple dough. The heat is an enormous heavy weight. Beauty can often be as cold as ice. Warmth and comfort is what they truly need. The beautiful day ends in a warm glow. A table that is built for every single soul. Magic exists for the whole community. A bite evokes a familiar taste of home. Even rivals find their peace here. The burden is lighter when shared. Normalcy returns with the evening stars. A small light keeps the dark away. Tomorrow, the magic continues to heal. A world deeply defined by various alphabetical terrors. Ruby, a unique daughter of Mother Nature herself. She skillfully navigates kingdoms that are at war through a lens of deep-rooted primal fear and anxiety. King Morondil carries a heavy burden on his shoulders. Princess Rainbow skillfully guards a secret power. The sacred tree, a vital symbol, must be protected. External monsters threaten their very survival. Phobias often reveal themselves in dark, troubling moments. Ruby skillfully manipulates the fabric of life. Alliances change constantly, like morning mist. They must come together and unite against the dark. Warring kingdoms cause strife and suffering. Life manipulation is truly her sacred and special gift. A malevolent entity feeds on unsuspecting souls. Internal terrors continuously haunt the young princess. Greed and regret can truly poison the heart deeply. The source of all life continues to survive and thrive. Sion thrives on human emotional expression, a family dynamic that has been forged through fire. Survival often entails paying a heavy price to endure, confronting the terrifying entity that consumes souls. Redemption is ultimately found in the struggle we face, an alphabetical journey exploring the mind. Conquering the fears that bind us can empower us. The magnificent tree of life blooms once more again. As hope returns, the grip of greed slowly fades away. The 26 individuals have finally found rest. Our world was once a vibrant dream. Now, it is indeed a path of shadows. Two leaders bound by a heavy duty. Sweet memories are all they have left, leading the innocent through the unknown. Ancient spirits watch our every step. Hope is a fragile thing within us. Hidden pasts begin to resurface now. The source of all life continues to endure. A dark king seeks control over the realm. He hungers for the untamed rogue power. We are being relentlessly hunted by shadows. Trust is a fragile bridge, easily broken. Betrayal leaves the deepest of scars. Innocence is lost, carried by the wind. The threats are no longer stories. We will protect what remains here. Magic flickers softly in the dark. Survival requires a heavy, sharp price. Fear is a constant, heavy companion. Life's pulse beats strongly today. Found family is our only strength. Moving confidently toward a bright future. We do not walk this path alone together. The journey has changed us all profoundly. A place where peace finally grows. The battle for innocence is finally won. Moving steadily toward dawn, step by step. A vast world made up of kingdoms, filled with ongoing conflict. The dream began with colorful flying fish gliding gracefully. A prophecy that involves scales and the vast sky above. Nature communicates with us through strange and profound riddles. She bravely led them through the deep and dark shadows. Loyalty is a fragile thing in this place and situation. Strategic choices we make fundamentally define our survival. The journey we embark on demands a heavy toll on us. Wings flutter and beat rapidly in the upper air, high above. The dragon frog proudly claimed these impressive heights. Ruby held the immense power of growth and potential. Conflict acts like a poison to the essence of life itself. She employed unexpected tactics that surprised everyone. The fierce beast battled valiantly to claim its rightful throne. A flood of life to heal and restore all that was lost. A powerful transformation aimed to end all forms of hate, to save them from themselves and prevent further harm. The cost of maintaining lasting peace is incredibly high indeed. The heart of the world burned brightly, igniting passion. But one seed remained, waiting for its chance to grow, restoring balance to the broken and healing the wounded souls. Life always manages to find a way to return once again. The distance between us grew larger over time, unfortunately. A special place for all those who choose to remain here. She actively pursued her own independence and freedom. A future that is entirely paid for with pure magic. Understanding the true cost associated with our protection, balance is restored, offering a temporary sense of stability. A world of shifting realities remains. Fragmented memories haunt the waking mind. The nightmare ends, but questions linger. A persistent clock triggers the past. Kyle watches with a quiet loyalty. Magical powers have faded into dust. The journey toward Lafayette begins. Looking for a castle on the distant horizon. Diverse souls share the fractured path, mapping cherished memories of a lost world. A boy named Cain decides to join them now. Kyle senses there is a hidden, dark truth. Realities shift with every passing step. Deception hides behind a gentle face. A deceptive prince in a boy's skin. The weight of betrayal feels heavy. Memories of an ancient battle return. Historical truths blur with imagined fears. Dark sea emerges from the chaotic nightmare. Battling inner demons within myself daily. Resilience grows in the quiet moments. Walking forward with a new purpose. Seeking belonging in a fractured landscape. Internal demons are finally faced. The castle of Lafayette eagerly awaits. Truth is found within the journey. Belonging is a place we build together.
The shifting realities
Finally find peace. The kingdom diligently kept its many secrets buried deep. Ruby never knew what her true name really was or is. But the past was calling her, tugging at her heartstrings. A game of skill revealed much about the player's abilities. Friends recognized the immense power that was within her. A power that was never taught or formally introduced. A silent guide appeared suddenly and mysteriously in the shadows, leading her toward an ancient and profound truth that resonates. To a room that has been forgotten by the passage of time. Here lay the captivating story of ancient kings and their reigns, and the names of the lost are forever remembered and honored. King Tai observed the world below from his lofty heights. A protector of freedom, or simply a jailer of souls. The truth often causes more pain than lies ever will. The Guardians were deeply afraid of her immense potential. Creation and destruction walked together in an endless dance. An ancient force, long dormant, had finally awakened. Destiny is something that cannot be easily washed away. A joyful birthday celebration drew near, excitement building. A young princess confined by the strict traditions of her realm. Friends are gathering supplies and preparing for the storm. The highly anticipated moment of truth finally arrived. Under the intense glare of 1,000 watchful eyes, she confidently chose her own unique identity and path. A destiny that has been written in blood, forever marked. Found family was her emotional shield and support system. The throne and power were never the ultimate goal in life. She consistently wrote her unique, creative stories. The heavy crown rested firmly upon the frozen ice surface. King Tai had departed, leaving behind an empty silence. A boy and a queen remained together in their kingdom. Their world was deeply fractured, desolate, and cold. Past shadows seemed to linger on, haunting the present moment. Ruby bore the heavy burden of seeking vengeance deeply. She built walls around her heart and trusted no one. Every unique garment told a fascinating story of its own. Two distinct worlds found themselves at a pivotal crossroads. Peace is a much harder, more complex endeavor than war, Ruby. To achieve true unity, sacrifice is often the necessary price. A new generation observed and learned from their actions. One small step taken toward a better shared future. Together, an old prison transformed into a symbol of hope for many. She chose the path of education instead of seeking retribution, learning to heal the old emotional wounds we all carry. Ruby saw a clear path for herself and her future ahead, searching for the elusive cure to the annals of history. Friendship blossomed in the serene and quiet hours shared. A new light beautifully broke the harsh frost of the morning. Laughter joyfully returned to the cold, empty halls. The antidote for the experiments has finally been discovered. The lingering poison of the past is now slowly fading away. True leadership is fundamentally an act of profound mercy. They finally released the long-held animosity between them. A kingdom is healing, one fragile soul at a time. Gently, the future, at long last, was finally theirs to shape and enjoy. The long winter finally came to an end in their hearts. A world fractured by ancient and shifting loyalties. Mother Nature stands strong against the encroaching dark forces. Responsibility can feel like a heavy, frozen crown to bear, but a rogue entity seeks her downfall and aims to disrupt her. Dragon Frog, a mysterious shadow lurking in the frost. A fierce clash of magic and overwhelming raw power unfolds. The governing council is insisting that she remains silent. Imprisoned within a cold fortress made of unyielding stone. Although stripped of freedom, we still retain our hope. Nature always manages to find a way to endure and survive. Outside, various allies are seeking a different path forward. Rainbow and Elwyn are dedicated to protecting the innocent. For those who have been transformed by both fear and magic, a cure is the only hope we have for overcoming this illness. Finding comfort, even when faced with uncertainty and doubt. Science seeks to uncover what nature cannot repair or resolve. An ancient and mysterious relic holds the key to many secrets. They must reach through the fabric of time itself to succeed, risking everything for their courageous and inspiring leader. A secretive and urgent search for the long-awaited antidote. A significant breakthrough has occurred in the silent laboratory. Ruby's incredible power cannot possibly be contained or limited. Nature is beautifully reclaiming what was once lost to time. A difficult choice between the realms of science and nature. The conflict between royal responsibility and personal freedom. Order returns to a society that has been deeply fractured. The beautiful Mother Nature is finally free once more. Together, they collaboratively weave the new seasons ahead in a colorful and whimsical world of mysterious shadows. Darius embarked on a quest to uncover the hidden truth within. A mother's hope for her children's happiness never fades. They lived as performers, concealing their talents from others, searching diligently for a cure for the stolen souls. An antidote is needed for the transformed innocent victims. The majority worked hard to silence any form of difference. Tensions dramatically rose against the outcast school community. Darius watched intently from the dull gray periphery, concealed deep under the heavy burden of dark secrets, experiments that arise from deep and dark ambitions. Clones have been lost in a dark and forgotten dungeon. At the end of the dark, light and hope will finally emerge. They discovered a young person who was being held captive. A long-lost son who has finally been reunited and seen again. The family found unity and togetherness once again, breaking the chains of the past to embrace a new future. Strength can be discovered in the simplest of touches. Finding ways to escape the clutches of the majority crowd, to the very edge of the world, beyond all we've known. Family was more significant than any royal duty or obligation. A new dawn has arrived, bringing hope for the innocent. Rebuilding a community from the ashes, creating new hope. Protecting the hard-earned peace they had successfully won. The revolutionary cure was generously shared with everyone, restoring the souls of the children back to their pure state. Their enduring legend is forever etched in the stars above. The Heartchild legacy will continue to live on forever. A second chance is indeed a heavy gift. Ruby sat in the quiet of her past. Her uncle Henry finally brought the key. Freedom felt like a forgotten language. The Heartchilds offered a different legacy. They taught her the value of growth. Royal blood struggled with rural roots. Fresh starts blossom over burnt endings. The old facility began to transform. A prison is set to transform into a school. Community built where walls once divided. She was planting more than just seeds today. In the depths, legacy waited patiently. Cloned eggs promised a dragon's return. The power dynamics were shifting again. Every form of growth comes with a price tag. The kingdom honored her bravery and courage. But statues are cold and stagnant. She was profoundly more than just a seed. Legacy is ultimately what you decide, Ruby. She searched for an identity apart. Go out and discover who you truly are. A vacation from the heavy expectations. The final chapter of her evolution. A world where magic no longer existed. Adaptation was her newest survival skill. Life truly found a way. Even here, a fresh start, finally having her own space. A city truly thrives and is defined by its unique spirit. A princess gracefully walks among the ancient stone. Life always discovers a way to thrive through concrete. Still waters tend to run deep and hold darkness within. The journey always begins with just one small step. Belief serves as a powerful fuel for our souls and spirits. Truth shines as the brightest and most illuminating light. A dedicated shopkeeper safeguards much more than just wares. Integrity is like the weight of gold. It holds great value. Honesty costs nothing, yet it can buy you everything you need. Kindness often flourishes in unexpected and surprising places. A leader stands solitary at dusk as shadows begin to deepen. A storm quietly gathers, building in the profound silence. Power is a double-edged sword that can cut both ways. The wolf is testing the strength of the gate carefully. True strength requires no form of violence or aggression. Protection is the princess's foremost duty that she upholds. Humility ultimately serves as the conclusion of pride. After the storm passes, the soil slowly begins to heal. Leadership is a heavy burden, much like a flowered crown. A bridge is constructed by the efforts of many individuals. Friends are indeed the true home of the heart and soul. Legacy is beautifully written in vibrant, living green. Every ending is just the beginning of a new seed to grow. Strive to leave the world in a better state than you found it. The princess holds the hopes and dreams of the realm. Accountability plays a vital role in achieving lasting peace. Belief stands as the ultimate mystical power we possess in a world of shadows and secrets. Ruby stood resolutely as a silent protector. Criminal underworld stirred tonight. A local murder changed everything. A young boy named Jordan watched intently. Ruby chose to intervene and protect. She knew the risks of interference. Her power was extraordinary and unique. Jordan found hope in her strength. A greater threat suddenly appeared. A dragon sought to destroy everything. She fought bravely to save innocent lives. The battle was fierce and extremely costly. She used all her strength to hold it tight. Broken, she faced a new harsh reality. Cybernetic implants were her only hope. Her body underwent permanent changes over time. Her abilities were now something else. She worked hard to discover her true place. She learned to breathe through pain, focusing on being in the present moment. Support came from unexpected friends. Trust healed her wounded heart slowly. Peace was found in shared silence. The warrior eventually took on the role of a teacher, guiding others through their own storms, discovering meaning in a changing world. Ruby finally found her true home at last. In this world, magic and duty intertwine. Ruby felt the weight of her power. Rainbow sought a world that was fair. Responsibility was a potion few could brew. They knew the risks they were taking. The Godfather ruled with a cold heart. He perceived magic merely as a useful tool. Theo stood as their shield and ally. He absolutely wouldn't let them fall today. A clever deception was their only hope. Magic shattered the silence of the room. Transformation is a sudden, violent art. A great king turned into a mud creature. The threat had been small all along. A significant moral victory was secured. Legality followed where justice led the way. The foundations of a new world rose. Rainbow built a place for everyone. Collaboration replaced the old, cold fear. Education became the bridge to peace, an institution for a shared future. Symbols of unity were carved in stone. The journey led to a night of grace. Queen Rosa revealed her exciting new vision. Unity is not simply discovered, it is built. For every kingdom, for every soul. Inclusive education for all, always. The future was finally, truly shared. A school that has been constructed upon secret foundations. Ruby boldly led the charge into the unknown frontier ahead. Darius stood tall, acting as the silent protector for all. The rainbow symbolized the balance they achieved in their work. Together, they sought a bold new evolution for themselves. Experiments began in the deepest shadows, hidden from view. But a child's innocent eyes saw and understood everything. The cost of making progress was indeed quite steep. Apple discovered that the truth was just too heavy to bear. Friction fractured their unified vision, changing everything. The school turned into an unyielding fortress of silence. The entire kingdom stirred and waited in restless anticipation. A corrupting power gradually took its firm hold on everything. Greed gradually began to poison the very air around us. Jealousy led to a major and significant crisis in the kingdom. The leaders found themselves confronted with an impossible choice. They quickly fled down into the depths of the dark below, a tranquil sanctuary created specifically for quiet work. Nature observed silently from the deep dark blue waters. Rainbow discovered beauty and solace in the isolation. A haunting realization began to slowly dawn upon me. The creatures they encountered were in fact their own kin. Their focus gradually shifted from pursuing power to healing, finding sustainable resources for our broken, struggling world. Healing methods became their new form of mass production, a collective and unified effort to provide support for all. Survival transformed into a gentle, collective promise shared. Power is willingly surrendered to the heart's true call. In a world where meat vanished completely, Serenity searched for a new superfood. Ruby knew many lives were surviving, depended on their desperate shared mission. Young Queen Elwyn faced civil unrest. Hunger turned the people toward chaos. Then, a girl named Rainbow appeared. She took full control after rebranding, using magical ants to enforce order. She promised a work-free, joyous society. But Serenity saw the growing shadows. Teresa worried about their lost humanity. Young Darius watched the world change. Mystical healer ants masked the truth. Lolly's benevolence hid a sinister edge. Human identity began to fade away. They prepared for a silent rebellion. The queen felt her power slipping. Control flourished in the power vacuum. The cost of reaching paradise was very high. Obsession masked a darker transformation. The true cost of everything remained hidden. A generation watched in silent terror. Authority was replaced by mindless order. Elwyn challenged the girls' false utopia. A joyful and truly tranquil kingdom exists. Held on to the last truth steadfastly. Utopia's true price is our existence. A world caught between light and shadow. Rainbow seeks the truth within herself. Magic courses through her tired fingertips. The unintended costs of her curiosity. Each step feels heavier than before. Lolly is a haunting ghost from her past. a continuous struggle to control the chaos. Darius arrives to guide her back safely. Silence speaks louder than their words, an offer symbolizing trust and stability. Can trust really exist in this darkness? The world outside reflects her turmoil. Consequences in twisted metal wreckage. A sister's authority, a sister's love. Authority demands a heavy price today. A family bound by magical mistakes. Ancient powers watch from the heights. The alter ego demands her attention. Facing the self she tried to keep hidden. Power reclaimed, but at what cost? The storm within finally goes quiet. Reconciliation begins with a simple touch. Acceptance is a shared, quiet burden. Returning to the sisters' ancient kingdom. A peaceful space for healing and order. Peace found in the smallest things. She is rainbow, vibrant, whole, and free. A world in transition, finding balance. A beautiful dream of unity, expertly carved in solid stone. Elwyn, Cain, and Ruby journeyed together in search of hope. To train and prepare the next magical generation effectively. But shadows silently observed from distant heights above. A school was created to actively foster peace among students. King LePate firmly refused to permit it under any circumstance. Funding was quietly withdrawn without any public announcement. The king's clever sabotage strategies began to take effect. As winter deepened, resources became increasingly scarce. The dream was freezing in place, feeling as if time stopped. Betrayal silently crept through the dimly lit corridors. Sabotage has struck directly at the heart of the operation. Knowledge was consumed before it had the chance to grow. Apple's remarkable transformation began to unfold gradually. A new and vibrant life began to stir within Natish, exploring identity and personal growth during cold times. Elwyn bravely confronted the king's deep malice today. A long-lasting legacy built on control and instilling fear, reconciling the complexities of the past with our duty. Every moment we experience presents a choice for our future. She gathered them together and rallied them to stand tall. Cain's formidable will became the foundation, the mortar, a guiding beacon standing strong against the looming dark. Healing the deep-seated trauma of yesterday's events. Together, they forged a remarkable new path forward. A secure and stable future lies ahead for the kingdom. The dream managed to endure despite the king's overwhelming greed, resilience displayed in overcoming the challenges of winter. A new sanctuary rises from the mist. Princess Ruby lay frozen and alone. But a hand reached through the cold. Rescue sparked a journey of reconciliation. Former rivals found a shared purpose. Together, they approached the Great Hall. Leaders gathered to secure their future. Threats loomed from the judging majority. Ancient magic waited in the shadows. An accident brought the inanimate alive. The school itself began to breathe. Magic transformed their very environment. Dragons circled the sanctuary walls. Hostile hunters waited for their moment. Pressure mounted from every dark corner. Needed a way to effectively fight. Jacqueline offered a solution for survival. Specialized suits to stabilize their power, crafted with passion and desperate skill. Each piece built to harness elements. A 1-month deadline loomed ahead. Unity became their strongest physical wall. Friendship is stronger than stone walls. Shared sacrifices built a new home. They stood ready for the majority. From trauma, a vibrant community bloomed. Their spirits were finally truly free. One pearl, a hope that continuously endures. The kingdoms continued to remain broken and deeply divided. Ruby sought to unify the scattered fragments he found. She eloquently spoke of a hopeful and shared future ahead. Fragile truces were finally signed after much deliberation. A school for all was steadily rising and gaining momentum. But old feuds tend to die very hard and last a long time. Even with Lafayette finally gone, things feel different now. Historical grievances constantly weighed heavily on her soul. Preparing the institution for operations took significant time. Then, the dark shadows reached for her in the dim light. Principal Logan triumphantly took his well-deserved prize. Imprisoned in a cold, unyielding world filled with darkness. In this academy, expressing emotions was strictly forbidden. Order was the only law that governed everything here. Every spark of feeling was deeply and completely suppressed. Jacqueline was very familiar with every part of this prison. She meticulously planned a daring and risky rescue mission. Air elemental powers stirred ominously in the dark shadows. They stealthily infiltrated the silent and secretive facility. Ruby was drowning deeply in their overwhelming control. Her once vivid vision was slowly fading away over time. Then, after much anticipation, the glass finally shattered. She was miraculously saved from the depths of despair. The facility descended into complete and utter chaos. They quickly escaped the oppressive silence around them. But despite their best efforts, they couldn't save everyone. Ariel found herself persistently trapped in this cycle. The vision continues to thrive, but it comes at a cost. In the heart of the academy, power slipped. Ariel was a girl who felt out of place. Her dormant magic made her a target. The strong preyed upon the silent. Jealousy fueled their cruel intentions. One moment changed everything for her. Her spirit was fractured, left alone. But mercy found her, even in the dark. a strange transformation began to unfold. Rivals became innocents, bound by fate, trapped in bodies they didn't know. The headmaster watched from the shadows. His machines were tools of submission. Jacqueline became their only hope for escape. The daring flight had finally begun. Hunters were closing in on their target quickly. She firmly decided to stand her ground. A selfless sacrifice made in pure love. Grief became their new heavy companion. A mission of resurrection led them away. The price was high, the magic ancient. Life returned where death had reached. Their friend was finally back home. Loyalty and friendship created a family. Hope grew silently in the quietest places. They left the shadows of the past, finding safety where they truly belonged. Family is the greatest power in life. In a magical school where enchantment breeds life and wonder, Ariel faced a curious and unusual reverse fate in life. Time flowed backward for the alien, bending senses of reality. A diverse group of individuals came together to find a solution. They meticulously planned a grand ship of music and harmony, crafted through the power of sound and pure iron will. Everyone joined in the monumental and challenging task ahead: to successfully return Ariel to her home safely and sound. Her departure was like a final and bittersweet song, a lone beacon that has been lost among the vast stars. But their incredible journey was only just beginning. Into the deep woods, filled with forgotten truths and secrets, the Guardian patiently waited for the seekers to arrive. Mirrors revealed the heavy burden of Destiny's fate. Ruby stood in awe as she saw a magnificent throne made of glass. Leadership often comes with a heavy burden and substantial cost. Hidden fears that had been buried were brought to light. Elwyn found himself facing a cold, silent, and lonely future. His immense potential became a cold and frozen prison. The weight of a crown feels cold and heavy upon my head. Cain stood before a kingdom that lay in complete ashes. His heritage was etched in flames, a legacy of passion, negotiating trust amidst the enchanting magical ruins around us. Inanimate lives seemed to awaken with a sense of wonder. Childhood dreams refused to remain silent and be forgotten. A delicate balance is struck between power and responsibility. The world continues to be an enchanting and mysterious place. Their remarkable stories are beautifully etched in silver. Welcome to the halls of One Pearl. Here, diversity meets a shared destiny. Every student carries a hidden weight. Knowledge is our greatest defense here. Competition fuels the fire of growth. Discipline turns potential into power. Hierarchy defines the path we walk. Silence often speaks the loudest truths. Responsibility is the core of magic. The pure must always lead with their heart. Even the smallest spark has value. Our namesake holds an ancient secret. Trust is earned through shared struggle. Beneath us, a darker legacy sleeps. A storm is gathering on the horizon. Ancient secrets are no longer safe. The lineage of dragons remains hidden. Preparation meets the coming darkness today. The transition to heroism begins now. Fear must be mastered, not ignored. Even the halflings must stand tall. Unity among us is our only hope now. The proving ground is finally here. The radiant light of one pearl awakens anew, from childhood to the call of heroism. The world outside is waiting for us. One pearl stands against the storm. A new age has finally begun for everyone. At one pearl, imagination becomes physical reality. Stephanie manifests objects from her very thoughts. Iris hones her discipline with quiet strength. A community built on the power of creation. But a storm is gathering ominously on the horizon. Tensions rise as a new dangerous threat emerges. Dragons and ominous shadows loom over One Pearl's lands. Invisible foes become terrifyingly real in shadow. Exiled Princess Rainbow plots her cold return. Fueled by deep-seated sibling rivalry and old wounds, Natish carries the heavy burden of ruling a kingdom, searching for answers in ancient magical lore. The Headmaster's Tower falls to mysterious forces. Physical discipline meets the edge of magic. Rainbow's alliance with thieves grows stronger today. Loyalties shift as the Academy faces invasion. Sister faces her sister in a world deeply fractured. Friendship is the ultimate shield against chaos. Magic is both a tool for creation and transformation, a source of profound, lethal danger. Emotional complexities haunt every choice made here. Facing overwhelming foes requires more than power. Hope often emerges in the darkest of hours we face. The responsibility to protect the innocent remains. Family bonds are deeply tested and forged in the fire. Perseverance is the only path through darkness. A message of hope and positivity for the future. Together, they bravely face the dawn of One Pearl. In the shadows of our ancient home, ultimate source of all power found. Training was our only known reality. Secrets were hidden in light within. Whispers of betrayal began to spread. The humans came seeking the truth, and the dragons watched from above. Found true peace in the simplest things around. Two friends prepared for the climb. Every step was a dangerous choice. To properly access the nursery in the sky, through the harsh chill of winter, the world suddenly disappeared beneath them. They found the legendary Heart of Dragons and the guardian who waited there. Ruby stood her ground with courage. The storm of war was inevitably approaching. A device meant for tracking truth became a song of long-lost memories. Tensions reached a breaking point today. But mercy proved to be the harder path. A shared humanity was finally found. A powerful symbol of healing and grace. Reconciliation began in the cold quiet. Familial bonds proved stronger than fear. A community reborn from the ashes. The secret was now light and easily born in our beautiful, impossible reality. The ink on the treaty is now officially dry. Peace has finally arrived among us. But normal life feels remarkably heavy. Old scars require a considerable amount of time to heal. Jacqueline conceals a complex world of secrets. Grief lingers in the quiet moments. Silence often speaks louder than war. They share the weight of power together. A remarkable voyage toward a unified future. Some burdens are carried in secret. Tensions still ripple through the sky. Dragons carry the memories of the past. The peace is suddenly, violently broken. Survival is the first real test we face. They rely on each other's strength. Celebrity brings its own unique pressure. The world closely observes her every move. An inspection that could end everything. Her companions must remain hidden away. One careless slip reveals her true nature. The secret identity hangs in balance. Magic works in the hidden shadows. Loyalty is found in small gestures. The burden of being a celebrity is eased. Victory encompasses more than just sports. Forgiveness is a slow, quiet path. A unified future is finally beginning. Together, they move toward the light. Beyond the world we know, many secrets thrive quietly. Jacqueline desired to lead a life filled with simple competition, but her companions carried an ancient weight from the past. The court and the kingdom were, in fact, one entity. Scarlet sensed the ominous shadow of the approaching storm. Ruby stood vigilant, guarding in the shifting light. Their incredible journey ultimately led them into the public eye. Fame transformed into both a protective shield and a prison. Greed lurked behind every page of the strategic playbook. Elemental powers rose to meet various growing threats around. Kidnappers discovered that there were no easy targets here. Conspiracies whispered softly in the cold winter wind. A president attempted to assert ownership of their special gift, to transform magic into a powerful and effective weapon. Sage Baines quietly observed everything from the dark shadows, carefully documenting every secret and every flaw in detail. Loyalty was the only true currency they had among themselves. The public eye emerged as a fierce and contentious battlefield. The barrier that separated the worlds finally broke down. Sport and sorcery have merged into a unified experience. The sage finally uncovered and revealed his true design. History was being written not by the usual authors. A family tightly connected through magical blood ties. Achieving success often comes at a steep and heavy price. The once vivid dream of a return to normalcy slowly faded away. They follow the path that has been passed down to them. A talented basketball player who is also a magical heir. The journey continues through the snow-covered landscape. The games we play are never simple. A debut performance for the rival team. 16 years of keeping secrets hidden. A celebration shadowed by the unknown. The beasts are definitely watching us closely. Time yields to our command and will. A moment eternally captured in cold iron. Our powers are not merely a gift to us. Natish is always lurking, always measuring. His boundaries are as strong as iron. He carefully monitors every single breath we take. We walk a winding path filled with shadows, a deliberately staged crisis to test us. Lure enemies into clear sight strategically. Elemental force unleashed in silence. The entire world bends to our strong will. A moment of normalcy at the carnival. But peace is always fleeting here. Chaos awaits in dazzling, vibrant lights. The public should never be fully aware. Friendship is our only true anchor. Balancing two lives can be burdensome. We follow the migration of beasts into the very heart of the looming threat. The kingdoms are preparing for war. Secrets cannot be kept any longer now. Migration has finally begun and is underway. Our journey has only just started. A is for ancient kingdoms that are reborn. B stands for beauty found in ruins. C embodies the city's gentle transformation. D is for dragons that soar in the sky. E is for Elyotra's great leadership. F is for fountains that bring us life. G is for gifts that are given for free. H is for hearts, where we make wishes. I is for industry's slow and gradual end. J stands for justice and promotes peace. K means kingdoms soaring high in flight. L is for light, flying gracefully on wings. M is for magic, in delightful motion. N is for Natish's chillingly cold stare. O is for oceans and the vast air around. P is for president's difficult choice. Q is for quietness in the empty streets. R stands for the ancient rituals of old. S is for sisters who share magic together. T is for time, which is moving slow today. U stands for unity of all the worlds. V is for visions of hope and brighter days. W is for wisdom learned through loss. X signifies renewed existence today. Y stands for years of lasting peace. C is for zeal, embracing hope for tomorrow. Life finds a way through obstacles. Magic and wonder dwell in our hearts. A kingdom stands at a fragile crossroads. Ruby felt the weight of impending change. Beside her stood Lolly, the silent guardian. The source of their magic was fading. Together, they sought a new alliance. Diplomacy was the only bridge left. The burden of leadership was heavy. Lolly noticed what others ignored. The unforgiving seas demanded a steep price. Then, the ancient power intervened. Judgment on Ruby was passed today. She was unexpectedly cast into the unknown. Training began in the silence of grief. Strength is forged in lonely places. Clashes of culture became her teacher. Respect comes from understanding pain. Lolly monitored the world's fragile pulse. Technology and magic began to weave. The future's heavy burden loomed ominously. A bridge requires a steady hand to build. Sacrifice was the final lesson learned. Leadership is a lonely, necessary path. Even the heavy machine felt the weight. The bridge was finally painfully built. Ruby returned, no longer just a warrior. The AI and the brave hero finally united. Magic once again revived hope in hearts. A future secured across the stars. On a distant planet long forgotten, Ruby lives in a silent, lonely exile. A leader, once believed to be dead, returns. We are diligently building a new world here. A special place for the left behind. Dragons are always watching and observing. Exile is never truly a private matter. Suspicions are growing stronger from afar. Friends refuse to believe the end. Launch Raptor drones for operations. Searching for an elusive ghost in space. Lolly controls the global narrative. Peace is maintained through clones. Crossing the void filled with deception. Memory is indeed a heavy burden to bear. The truth patiently waits in the shadows. Exile is lonely and challenging to survive, bound by the heavy symbols of the past. The search successfully finds its target. A visible crack showing the truth in lies. Ruby is alive, and they are aware of it. Lolly is trying to hide the evidence. She is fully ready and eager to be found. The narrative shifts in an interesting way, deepening conflict over truth's nature. The facade we relied on is finally breaking. Leadership returns from the grave. The world will never forget these moments. Concrete echoes with the ghosts of legends. Tyke's story was always more than myth. A concealed map that is visible to all. The asphalt holds the kingdom's secrets. We are going somewhere deeper today. A journey beyond the physical world. The threshold of the underground realm. Follow the guiding light that I provide. Ancient magic breathing in the stone. The training ground of the elementals. Darius, this responsibility is now yours. Feel the earth's deep and powerful pull. The elements recognize their master. You were truly born to carry this burden. Ancestral eyes are always watching over us. The intricate politics of fire and stone. I will stand strong and not let them fall. The labyrinth answers to the leader, transforming the spark into a blazing flame. I am here with you, Darius, always. Power transition is beginning now. I fully embrace and appreciate Tyke's presence. The old world humbly bows before the new. Tool for reaching high fruit easily. Returning to the world of asphalt. The teacher has become the leader. Achieve your unseen goals and dreams. The journey has just begun. Much lies ahead. A new weight and responsibility falls heavily upon the chosen. Jacqueline confidently took on the mantle of leadership. The elementals patiently awaited their very first command. Their mission was space rescue operations and achieving peace. Together, they would work to resolve various planetary feuds. However, leadership often comes with a significant burden. Then, the unfortunate accident changed everything completely. She completely lost control of the powerful wind that day, drifting helplessly into the cold, unforgiving atmosphere. Her loyal allies raced urgently to save her from danger. Recovered from her ordeal, she found herself back home. Her parents generously provided the necessary means to fight. A remarkable legacy forged in specialized, durable steel. The team went through the most rigorous and challenging training, preparing for a journey that takes them beyond their world. Their vessel was fully prepared and ready for departure shortly. Rainbow set its vibrant course for the mysterious unknown. Guided by the mysterious, wise, and all-knowing Alexa, they finally arrived at the mysterious planet Rakatra. A crisis marked by explosive bombs and deep-seated bitterness. Magic was indeed the sole path to achieving true unity. The 12 power cells were the crucial element needed. A sophisticated machine designed to mend the broken timeline. The heavy burden of the world continued to weigh down on us. Zion was coming to dismantle everything in its path completely. A soulless army stands ominously at their door, ready to invade. Unity was their only hope left in a time of despair. One legacy we share. One team united. One future ahead. A seasonal curse gripped the Highland Peaks. Jacqueline arrived with a mission of peace. Mermaid Scarlet is gracefully alongside her. Two species lived in fractured isolation. Darius provided the healing they needed. Frostwing bridged their divides effectively. Tech meets ancient Highland magic. They sought to cure the blind king. Magic and medicine combined to work as one. The shadows finally began to lift. Vision returned to the Forgotten Throne. They contested various alliances in a game. Every move was a silent negotiation. Scarlet's voice calmed the rising storms. Hidden deep within the frozen highlands, they uncovered a mysterious ancient portal. A technology from a different age. Hope sparked in the youngest eyes. Cooperation became the only path forward. Old rivalries were traded for support. Jacqueline unlocked the path to unity. A shining beacon of hope and light for all. Integration began with a single promise. The king envisioned a unified future. The seasonal curse had finally broken. Their work here was only beginning. A community forged in mutual support. They collaboratively built a new world together. Across the vast stars, an exhilarating journey begins. Scarlet stood confidently, fully prepared for the mission ahead. Her eyes held countless worlds and stories. The mystical portal hummed softly. With ancient power, they ventured into enchanting realms of magic and myth. Jacqueline felt the enchanting fairy magic begin to stir. The berries were the key to unlocking the mystery. Young Elwyn eagerly watched the skies change color. Dragons guarded the ancient planetary secrets. The crew planned their final rescue mission. But Helen unexpectedly arrived from the future today. She skillfully integrated science into their sorcery. Giants once roamed across the edges of reality itself. Family ties were tested by the passing of time. Darius fought valiantly in efforts to keep them home. Sentient gear aided them in their dangerous quest. The battle for the berries peaked significantly. Even the smallest things can possess great power. Strength was truly found in the power of unity. It was finally time to return home after the journey. The mission has finally come to a complete rest. Scarlet decided to trade her sword for lasting peace. Berries are no longer appealing, just food now. Jacqueline discovered a serene and personal rhythm. Family was their greatest mission accomplished. Even the weary traveler eventually found her place. The future was finally safe from all dangers ahead. The journey ultimately ends exactly where it began, in a universe that is fractured and divided by the light. A rescue operation began quietly in the stillness of night. Every heartbeat was a carefully calculated risk taken. Portals have leaked, putting every known timeline in jeopardy. The rainbows stood bravely against the impending collapse. But Brian hunted relentlessly for darker and more sinister prizes. His overwhelming obsession ultimately led to the world's undoing. Trust was truly the very first thing that was lost. Magical hearts fervently fueled their desperate flight onward. They jumped through the mysterious and ancient past. And into the iron-cold future, we march with determination, chasing the delicate threads that weave their intricate reality. The immense weight of time felt overwhelmingly heavy. Brian waited patiently in the dark corners of the room. The way home was closing fast, almost within reach now. The Guardian has firmly demanded a final price now. And the wizard skillfully wove together the end of the tale. Love was the only true battery that powered our hearts. They offered protection to the family that they had found. Their original reality is finally coming into view. Bound by more than just time, we shared deeper connections. The rainbows had finally returned to the place they belong, a specialized group known as the Rainbows. They navigate a chaotic, shifting universe. It began with a high-stakes rescue, healing those lost between the dimensions. Portals leak, risking timeline collapse. We must stabilize the fracturing reality using ancient magic to bridge gaps. But an imposter secretly walks among us. Brian watches from his dark throne. His obsession with Stephanie consumes him. He manipulates forces beyond his control, hunting dragons for their powerful trophies. We jump back into the prehistoric past era, searching for the source of magic. Every step alters the flow of history. Magical batteries fuel our desperate escape. Then, a jump into the technological future, where circuits and spells finally merge. The powerful wizard demands a heavy price. The Guardian blocks the path home. Our reality is a fragile thread we cling to. We must outmaneuver the shape-shifting lies. A heart-shaped necklace glows with hope. Together, we leap into the unknown, outsmarting the forces of cosmic greed, protecting the family we have found. Forgiveness and love are our anchors. Finally, the journey leads us home. A world fractured by shifting timelines. Ruby seeks redemption in the cold. A once renowned hunter now is the hunted. Companions bound by a shared destiny. Mystical portals bridge the broken lands. Jacqueline deciphers the ancient codes. Predatory shadows watch from above. The machinations of President Rhine begin. Reality is but a failing simulation. Protectors against the coming storm. Dragons claim the fracturing skies. Memories return to me like a cold tide. Stolen powers call to be reclaimed. Shifting timelines collide in chaos. Who are we in this period of instability? The president demands total control. A perilous journey through the unreal. The vast universe starts to slowly unravel. Sacrifice is the only way forward. To mend the fracture, we go out to hunt, defending a reality that isn't real. Ruby beautifully opens the path to the end. For those we sadly lost along the way, into the very heart of the fearsome beast. A desperate mission to restore balance. The incredible power to mend the universe. Rain is determined to keep the dream alive. Ruby bravely confronts the ultimate shadow. One final strike for the truth to prevail. The simulation fades into the real, awakening from the long nightmare. Together, they found their way back. Life begins anew, even in the ruins. The hunter's journey reaches its end. The universe mended, the balance restored. A new reality forged in sacrifice. A meaningful journey starts with one word. A heartfelt story that is born from deep faith. In the pages of the book, a world awakens. Beneath the lush canopy of the great forest. Meet Hopper, a passionate seeker of truth, guided by the steady wisdom of a father. Scripture guides every difficult step taken. Friends walk the narrow path together. Trials test the strength of spirit. Symbols of hope are everywhere found. Silence reveals our inner strength. Storms may rise against the faithful, but courage never fades away completely. The promised land lies just ahead. A personal reflection of my heart. Motivate, heal, and inspire others. Faith brings us safely home at last. FROGS. The adventure has just begun.
Ooh. Ooh. Ruby in her royal shoes, gold crest on a navy school blazer, holding up a silver rule. Every dragon marked as a traitor, sign a name on every stone. Watch the towers grow up higher. Thought the world was safe and clean while they fed the holy fire. I was the crown that cut you down. I was so proud while you burned on the ground. Sang their anthem, held that line. Now I'm the ghost of Princess Ruby this time. Ooh, I believed their lies. Now I'm coming back to open my eyes. I'll haunt these halls till the truth breathes free. The ghost of who I used to be. Oh, Ruby. Woke up, see through in the dark. Marble floors and shadow-stained stories. Dragon bones beneath the yard. Every brick built out of old glories. Classroom walls like teeth and jaws. Every lesson carved in cold granite. All the kids recite the creed. I can't breathe, I can't stand it. I was the crown that cut you down. I was so proud while you burned on the ground. Sang their anthem, held that line. Now I'm the ghost of Princess Ruby this time. Ooh, I believed their lies. Now I'm coming back to open my eyes. I'll haunt these halls till the truth breathes free. The ghost of who I used to be. Found a dragon in detention, tiny ember in his hand. Said, laughs, let the old codes crumble like glass. Ooh, I believed their lies. Now I'm turning in the fire in my eyes. Will tear this school from its throne with me. The ghost of who I used to be. Yeah, Ruby. The ghost of who I used to be.